So, welcome everyone to our second member spotlight. And why did we do this again? To say, we did this on the 27th of June as part of the micro, small, medium size businesses. That was on the 27th of June because this was the day when United Nations has actually commemorated and celebrated small, medium-sized businesses. So with that said, we thought the first one was so successful that we thought, no, we need to do this again. And this is going to be an event that we're going to have alternate between spotlight of chapters and spotlight of members, because it's so enriching to hear from our members directly. What are they doing? Getting inspired, listening to stories, thinking about that you can do it as well, because you've got role models here. Who's OWIT? Organization Women International Trade. Just to give you a bit of explanation. Firstly, who's speaking? That's me, Julia Kurt. I'm currently the international president of Organization Women International Trade, with this organization more than 10 years in different capacities, starting from volunteer to local chapter involvement in presidency and now international. And what we do, we are a global membership organization for women and men as well. We are inclusive, working in all facets of international trade designed to promote the advancement of women in trade and business. It is one of many business support organizations globally that support as well and facilitate opportunities, which is important for women to have these opportunities. We act like a springboard for many women-owned businesses. We facilitate that vital access to international networks and markets, because that's what we need as women. We are all capable of doing local crafts, local arts, local products, but to get global, women economic empowerment is important as OWIT. And we are a connector and collaborator at the same time. We are acting like the bridge between business support organizations, NGOs, non-profit organizations, global organizations, local governments, private industries, and also women entrepreneurs. We've got lots of many strategic partners. I'm based in Geneva, Switzerland. So that means ITC, WTO, WIPO, all abbreviations I know, but you can check them out, which are vital and important partners that we work with. And what else? We are in a unique position as to bring, and that's one of the pillars and strategies that we have identified, to act as trade champions, bringing the voices of women traders into the global organizations on the global table to have the women's lens on trade policies. That's what we aim to do, to have an impact. And also highlighting the challenges we have, putting forward our recommendations, because I think we deserve it and always is in a unique position to do that. Apart from that, we are spread all across the world. You see already on as our members, many different facets from UK, from Nigeria, from Ghana. We've got many African chapters. We've got all US because it's a US founded organization, Latin America, and we are spreading around the globe. Not to mention the latest editions like UK and Brussels in Europe. And even more so, we are working on expanding further. We are focusing on capacity building workshops. We are really focusing on being the destination for collaborating between each other and also making business. And I think that's the beauty of it. And with that, no further ado, I would like to hand over to our wonderful participants who are here today with us to share their stories. And me not even mentioning them, I think everyone can introduce themselves. And first, I would like, with your permission, Alcy, go to the women-owned businesses and why, what's the reason they actually moved into being their own boss. So a little introduction about yourself. I will start with Temi Tope, about your business, yourself, and what's the reason you started the business.
Okay, thank you. Madam President, my name is Temitope Mayego. I am the CEO and the founder of Avila Natural. Avila Group, as we have about 4 divisions. We have the skincare, we have the foods and supplements, we have the water and drinks, and we also have the fashion. We have about 4 companies under the Avila Group. I started Avila 2017 through divine inspiration. I was actually working as an investment banker in 2017. So I got a very clear inspiration to start Avila. So I did a lot of research and I realized that there's a huge gap in the cosmetic sector of Nigeria and the according to UN reports, 77% of Nigerians use bleaching cream or bleaching products. So I was really, really disturbed about that report. And we decided to come in to actually bridge that gap. And our products are pure natural products. And we came up with a campaign that people should stop using bleaching cream. We started this campaign in 2017, the natural skincare campaign, the glow campaign, that people don't have to bleach their skin before they look beautiful. So we are here to actually right the wrong. That's the whole essence of Avila, inspiring a healthier and a happier world. That's the whole essence of the brand. And we started from the skincare in 2017. By 2020, we diversified into foods and supplements, which have about 90 products. We have teas, 100% natural teas. We have food products like oatmeal, cereal, instant meal. We have spices, and we have custard and some other food products. We are also in the commodity market. We do shea butter in that space. We do soya beans and some oils. We do oils in large volume for contract manufacturing. We did a contract manufacturing job for a company in the US, and it was a very big one. They sell on Amazon up to today, and the review from the sales has been really, really amazing. We also have water and drink. This is a separate factory entirely. This water and drink, we have about 10 products there. We have our juices. We have our Roselle. Roselle is a bestseller. It's like a cocktail drink ready to take and party drink, and it's for everyone. We have our bottled water and premium water. And we also have a fashion brand. That's another company entirely. And what they do is ready to wear for adults and for children.
Wow. Temitope, wow. Interesting journey, from where you started. And I found it fascinating to always listen to these stories, like, bleaching your skin where you thought this should not be necessary, which I completely agree, and moving into skincare and evolving even into the sphere of food and also water. Interesting journey. I will ask you further how this came
Uh,
and how you got inspired even to go beyond. Thanks for the first introduction, Temitope. I appreciate that.
Thank
Good.
you, Madam President.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And
So
Pearl, sorry?
okay.
Okay, that's it. Pearl, so over to you. A bit about
Okay,
you and your journey into this wonderful business that you have.
thank you. Thank you very much, Madam President. Hello, ladies from all over the world. So I'm Pearl Nahima Hudson. I'm CEO at AA Food and Beverages. Now, we are manufacturers of premium alcoholic beverages here in Ghana. And growing up, I think I've always been used to entrepreneurship because my mother and her mom, they were all entrepreneurs. They were importers. So I'm so used to seeing them, go out there, just make the money, make things happen for themselves. So back in the days, like I think I'm like a party girl. So whenever we had events, I'll be the one that will be mixing all sort of concoctions, cocktails for friends at parties. So it was up in 2016 where I just had a eureka moment. I was like, I wonder what goes into like a bottle of wine or like a liquor and all that. So what I did was I actually did the research, and then I did a short course. I had to, my background is in science. So I think that also helped because my curious mind. So I bought a table still And I was able to ferment, do the whole experiment, start fermenting sugars, check the alcohol level, be experimenting, trial and error, and be blending, flavoring. So I think over the years, I'll definitely say I've mastered the art of distilling and blending just because, I was curious, I had a passion. I like, I mean, for me, there's no reason why we can't have premium brands. And I wanted a new drink. I wanted a drink that was going to be not for like the heavy drinkers, so like mild. So it's like 23%. I do have a sweet tooth naturally, actually. And so I was geared towards doing, lower percentage alcohols. And from doing that, I've now realized like now there's so much more that I want to do. And for me, it's important to keep the brand premium. I realize that it's a journey. So it's about, creating and building a brand. So you've got to how you relate to your customers, to your people. And that is how far I've managed to come here. This was since like 2016. That's when the idea came. And I remember I had little samples that I gave to friends and family. And then here we are. We're in Ghana. I've always thought, I've been thinking, I'm acting local, but the idea was always to go global. And we're looking forward to see what the future holds and where we can take the brand. Sahara Solid. So we're on Instagram, also on Facebook, also on Twitter.
Wonderful, lovely. So, Temitope and Pearl, because you're business owners, please put in the chat your contact details, the name of your brand, because then our participants can actually read it and follow you, right? Because that's what we want. What we want is that we collaborate, that we see, that we connect, because from union comes strength. That's always my motto. Yeah. So I will be connecting with you over LinkedIn as well. And everyone who's listening to us and will listen, please connect over LinkedIn to all of our participants, including, of course, we go to Elsie, who is a member of Organization Women International Trade in UK. And she has got a completely different, sphere, which we need because she is a trade expert. So we're going to hear from a trade expert about her career journey and what she does at the moment. So Elsie, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam President. I am Elsie. I'm based in the UK, in the Southeast, and I am an export control and customs specialist for international, multinational energy company. And I'm also the Young Trader of the Year award, first awardee from the Chartered Institute of Export and International Trade. And also for compliance, I was a finalist with my team as well. My journey is very different because I was not speaking English about 9 years ago. I am actually French, and I came here to study English. And I was always very interested in products, in trade, because my families are fruit makers. So I'm from the Caribbean originally, and my family always were in business somehow. My mom was a private chef, so I always followed her around in terms of producing, selling products, and being, demanded because he was so, famous around the island because of her skill and her cooking. So when I decided to go abroad because I actually wanted to speak English, I got into trade because at university I was very interested in products, and I started trying to look for an internship or any small job that I could do. And actually, my first job, I was my own boss because I was first year university, and I said to myself, okay, I need to put to use my first class, which was in marketing, and I said, okay, I'm going to test out everything that the teacher and the professors are telling us, and see if I can make some money for myself. So I was an intern, and I was in social media and making all the pictures, everything. It was the start of Instagram as well. And I was very involved into growing products and small business working. And that's how I got interested in trade, because I found that one day, in my first day, someone gave me an Excel list with numbers, thousands of products, and there was trade information on it. And I realized that it was very new areas. And since Brexit was coming along, I got really into how can we help business still flow, even though a change of situation is happening in our area in the UK. And that's how I got involved and started to take courses and study. And even during COVID time, I was very much involved into the trade aspects and movements of goods to keep going. So that's how I got started in and got involved into trade.
Good. So how do you like it so far, Elsie?
Very much. It's very exciting, and there's new layers every year. I keep learning new areas of business and new areas of trade, and how to enable to save cost for trade. This is very much my focus at work every day, is to with suppliers and other business owners that I work with business. Because even though we are a multinational, we have suppliers all over the world. Is how to make the cost of trade cheaper, and customs is very much a key element into the aspect. And I really enjoy that aspect of my work.
Lovely. So here we go. If you need any customs expert, you've got Elsie, who's the trade expert here. This is important for us because it's not only about having women-led businesses and owned businesses, it's even scaling up. That's what we need to thrive for. Local is nice, of course, first the community, then the country, and then global. Wherever you want to export, whatever market you think of. And I think that's really important for us to have that high vision as women, because sometimes we know how we are. We are like modest, right? We try to kind of take it a bit low level. You deserve it. You've got great products and offerings. Let's get out. So just an ask and as an inspiration for our members and for anyone who'll be listening afterwards. So I will start again with Timmy Tope. What were some of the first steps you took when starting your business?
Okay, number one, it was research. I did a lot of research about the brand, about the cosmetic, about the industry, research about the country and the consumer behavior, the products, consumer behavior and the products and the ingredients that we are going to be using for the products. Then also the regulatory aspects. I had to, I got a consultant that will help in the registration process of the NAFDAC. In Nigeria, we use NAFDAC as our NAFDAC regulates the cosmetics industry. So did the registration. Then after that, we got while we're doing that, we got a space for the factory. That time we didn't have money for machines. We didn't really have, so it was just 3 staff, and I got someone as production man, got another person as logistics. I was the one doing the digital marketing and also helping in the production department. So we started with 30,000 coconut oil. That was like $30 in 2017.
Okay.
So today, the company worth millions of dollars.
Well, welcome anyone. I'm so sorry.
So we started coconut oil. We did it.
Okay. You're breaking up, Timmy Tope, a bit. So in the meantime, welcome to Tamuna. We started the conversation already. Introductions have been done, first steps established. So we had the second question about what are the real first steps that each one of them did take to create their business. Timmy Tope, can you talk? Let's see, because you got frozen a bit.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
we can hear you.
Is my network? Okay. Thank you, Madam President. So we started with registration process. From registration process, then the research aspects. After the research, registration, then also putting the team together, explaining the vision. That time we started, Nigerians were not used to natural skincare products. They were used to bleaching and lightening products. They believe that every skincare product should at least lighten your skin. So it was difficult when we started. So I had to really, really sensitize our people and, share the vision with them, let them understand that we are in this market, we are in this business to right the wrong. This is what we are here for. We are not here to actually do business the way people are doing. So we had to also look for some other companies to benchmark with that are really doing what we want to do. Like I look at Nigeria, I didn't really see a company I could benchmark with. So I was looking at companies that are out there. I look at Nivea, I saw that, okay, what they are doing is not the same with what we
got a bit break up again, but that's okay. So what I heard as well is really for the members who will be listening to us is do your market research. Make sure that your offering is something which is easing the pain that you have in your country first and then around. And now we've got, oh, she's back. Pearl disappeared as well. So Timmy Tope disappeared. Everyone disappearing. I will hand over in a while to you, Tamuna. We're just finishing the round and then it's over to you with the rest of the questions. Yes, Timmy Tope, continue.
Sorry, Madam President, please, can you help participants are asking, can you help enable the chats? People can't chat because
We
it's
don't
disabled.
want the chat. This is a webinar, everyone. Put your question in the question and answer and I shall check it out, please. All right. This is the hiccup of the webinar. So please, question and answer box is open. Type in anything that you want in that box. All right. Thank you. Temi Tope, continue.
Okay, so I started with 3 staff and I shared a vision with them, told them about the need for us to be consistent in what we're doing. And we launched coconut oil first. After coconut oil, we moved to carrot oil. Then we moved to avocado. Well, we started with natural oils and we were observing consumer behavior towards this product. We're looking at their reaction. We're looking at their acceptance, looking at if they are interested. And we also look at the fact that, okay, these products are pure natural. Who are the people that really need our products? So despite the fact that when we started, I was managing the social media. Now we have about 6 people or 7 people in that department now. Well, I was the only one doing all of those things. We started, it was listening to Nigerians that natural products don't bleach. With natural products, you are healthier, your skin will be healthier, your health is not only making money, but it's all about you. We are in this business for you. So I was engaging a lot of customers. I was also part of the production team, ensuring that they comply. It was, what startup feels like. So it was really, really tough, but I didn't give up. I was working as an executive person, as I was an executive before I started Avila. So, now the transitioning process wasn't easy for me because I was used to sitting down in the office and doing my work. It was more of, brain work and mind work. But now I have to take responsibility for people, for customers, for staff, for everybody, even the product quality and everything. So it was really, 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 really difficult. And that was year 1, but I didn't give up because of the fact that the inspiration came. And what I got, the revelation I got about Avila is that we should go into the business to right the wrong. So that didn't give me the room to get distracted, or I didn't just deviate from that vision because a lot happened. The acceptance rate was very, very poor. People didn't accept. They said these products, okay, carrot oil should be able to make me white in few days. So I was like, this is pure carrot oil. It is natural. Your skin is natural. Skin is the largest organ. You need to protect it. So it was more of engaging. I gave a lot of products for free. Some people got products, they didn't pay. I didn't give up. I didn't give up. I kept pushing. I was working like 21 hours a day when we started. was like 21 hours a day. I would sleep around maybe 2 a.m., wake up like 5, I was very restless because of the fact that when I saw that UN report and I saw that, okay, in the whole of the world, Nigeria is number one when it comes to bleaching skin, when it comes to, using harmful chemical products. So
that was the trigger, right? So that was the trigger. Great.
It was
Tim.
More of, keen for me. And so because of that, people started falling in love because we still have audience. We have people that are really interested in safe and safe and natural products. So they started coming to us that, okay, your products are truly natural. This is the first time I'm seeing a carrot oil without harmful chemical that will actually, make your skin go white in few days or few weeks. So we started gaining our customers' confidence, and they started coming in and buying our products. That's okay, So, and that was after like 8 months. It was back to back. I'm sorry to use that word, but I didn't even give him for any distraction. I was very, very dogged. I was just too, I was to focus. I didn't even want any. If you are saying something different from what we are doing, I will tell you we can't go that line. A lot of people told me we have to go into bleaching organic products. I told them no, that's not why we are here. If we are here because of that, we won't even be. We won't even start this business in the first place. So because of the fact that it was first a vision, then the revelation, and the fact that I wanted to make impact. I wanted to really, really, really right the wrong. So I didn't really allow anything to discourage me. So it started paying off. And after 2 years, it started really, no, less than 2 years. 2018, we started with one distributor. Then from 1 to 5, from 5 to 10, So 10, then we woke up with almost 40 something distributors, and then 100. Now we have over 2,000 distributors, women selling our products.
Thank you. Thank you, Temitope. It's a big, big story. I hear lots of determination. I also, hear lots of passion, the vision, how you actually split down the vision into these different milestones, and you did not give up. So that's another message to everyone who will be listening. Don't give up, because people will tell you lots of stuff. If you have got determination, that focus, that kind of, conviction, you continue on that, which is paying off with Temitope and her business. This is awesome, lovely. I just allowed Noreen as well to talk. This is a webinar. Dear listeners, there is no chat available. Question and answers are staying at your disposal. I will hand over to do the same journey with Pearl. Then afterwards, I will hand over to Tamuna, who is our moderator, will be taking off from now. And Elsie is our trade expert, who will be chipping in most likely with some trade wisdom and knowledge. With that, I'm going to hand over to, and we lost Pearl. Where's Pearl? Ah, there she is.
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
Good. Tell us about your journey, because Temitope is really great, determination, focus, etc.
Yes.
How was it for you, Pearl?
Sure. Okay, sure. Thank you. So for me, it was about starting with whatever it is that I had. So when I first moved to Ghana with the idea of doing drinks, I actually got a turbo still. So that was the initial investment that I had to make after doing all the research. And I ordered, I knew there were no glass bottles in Ghana. So I had to order some bottles. I actually ordered them from Europe. So the first consignment, what I could afford, was actually like 1,000 bottles was the minimum that I decided I was going to get. So I got that. I came to Ghana. So it's like I created a whole lab. I have to thank my mother, who lets me take over her kitchen. So that's where I created my lab, and I started doing all my things. My mom has been extremely supportive on this journey. And I think it's important when you have family and friends that are supporting you right from the day or offset, because it's not easy. And so from the samples and the feedback that I got from people, I realized that, I was on to something. And for me, it was just always about the fact that it didn't matter. I just knew that I just wanted to start, and I was going to start with whatever it is that I had. obviously, so then I had to register a company, as you do. I knew that there was like a basic kind of like route map that I knew how the business environment was like in Ghana. So I had to get a registered company. I knew about FDA, Food and Drug Boards. Of course, we want consumer protection. You need to be able to produce a great product and make sure that you are all the standards, everything is, you're doing things the right way. So I had to get all those permits sorted out. And so they were in business. So for me, they actually came to where I was. They came to the premises. And it was important at that time because it was like, they were actually encouraging women who were doing cottage industry, small businesses. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just the main thing is actually starting. And I think that's the hardest thing that a lot of us face. So once I started and I was doing, all sorts, it doesn't like, in the kitchen, I got everything. I had all the tools that I required. I didn't, all the little machines. I had a little mixing bowl. I even had a sealing gun. So everything. Oh, I have a bottle here, by the way. So this is one. This is the Sahara Solids bottle. So everything is handmade, content, everything. So it's like I was doing small batch distillation. And I'm happy to say that over the years, with the right network, strategic partnership and collaborations, now I actually have a bottling contract with like a big distillery in Ghana. So we don't have to, we moved from my mom's kitchen. It was good for the beginning. But my mom can, I've given her back her kitchen, So now we want to be able to upscale. That's where we're at now. But I feel like over the years, with just the general, wherever, it's like you have to be bold for me. And everywhere I went, I always had samples. I always had a little cheeky sample. I'm always giving free shots, So, and I feel like you have to be brave. You can't be shy not to tell people about what it is that you're doing. And I think that is just how, just through, word of mouth, small little drops of water. And I think for me, that is how I've been able to get to this level that I'm at now. And so the 1,000 bottles, so the next stage, we actually got a whole container from China. That was like 12,000 bottles. And now, I've taken the time to work through that because obviously it's a lot of money, thinking, just access to funding, just to fund this whole operation. But I did it in bits. Every year I gave myself a target. And I was like, you know what, the next year I want to be able to double. And so right now, that 12,000 bottles that I got in a consignment, I think that's what I'm looking at doing for the next year, easy. And then the next time we're going to double. So it's just about, when you set your vision. And I think it's important that we always over-challenge ourselves because the sky is the limit. And especially as women, I find that I've learned so much about myself that I didn't know, like determination, resilience. Like there's no stopping, like Temitope step. Like you don't want to stop till you reach, that limit. So that is where, so it's just, I'm just moving. And for us, even my tagline on social media is chase the sun. And it's about embracing making things happen. You got to be bold. Your life is in your hands. Like every day is a journey. Every day for me is about doing whatever, no matter how small it is, I keep moving. And I think that is what you don't stop. We just move and we make things happen. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I apologize. I had problems with the internet, so I finally joined, and I'm so glad to see all of you wonderful ladies. And for me, when I just joined and I'm listening to you, you talk about your business with so much passion. And that's what distinguishes people who run their own businesses versus when you work for someone else. You have a passion, you have determination. And I work for what I call the most wonderful industry. It's a direct selling industry where we are the world's largest provider of basic business skills for people, particularly women, and where everyone in our industry, independent representatives, they are entrepreneurs. Now, one of the things that you mentioned, which was very interesting, and we will move, how do, many people, we know that the startup starts, and then the failure rate is very high because there are many studies, specifically there are a very interesting study that was done by Deloitte Digital, which shows that what consumers want to be heard, to be understood, right? And they want their needs to be met. But per the research, what they found is that personalization is a key. How my product or service will directly benefit you. So market research, just to summarize what you said, is very, very important. It's a key. On the other hand, the research also found, and there are quite a few researchers, and I like to, read a lot when I incorporate in my speeches, is that companies think they are personalizing, but what consumers really think, how companies are personalizing, is not the same. So there is a connection gap, what companies think and what actually consumers want. And number one reason they will buy your product or service in this vast ocean of so many products, where today everyone competes for the same consumer, was number one. How do you personalize in following ways? In a way that your product, first of all, helps me to save money by meeting my needs. Second of all, how your product can make my life easier, right? Because when you order something, you don't want to be looking through, 10 like so. And number three was very important as well. Number one, again, how can I save money? How it makes money. Number three, research found that customers and those companies that offered benefits such as loyalty programs or some perks, the customers really, really appreciated, and they stayed loyal to this company, and so the turnover rate was not as high. So that was very interesting research. So personalization is a key in today's world. Okay, so now as entrepreneurship is very exciting but very, very challenging journey, right? Because there's so many things that you need to do that you don't realize. And I always mention that there well-known Mark Cuban. I love watching Shark Tank. I think it's a brilliant program which allows people so many amazing businesses to start. And many, many years ago, I read what Mark Cuban said. He said, many people tell you, follow your passion, right? But he said, no. He said, if I had followed my passion, I would have never achieved what he wanted, right? Because he said, I loved baseball. I loved basketball, right? And he said, I was not good at it, but he was good what he did. So he said, no one ever quits the things that you're good at. So by pursuing what he was good at, he was able to pursue his passion. He has, the whole team. So this is very important to really start, stop, and see, is it working? Because sometimes, if you follow your passion, because, I might like to draw, but, I'm not good at it or sing, right? It's very important to pause, adjust, and reflect, and then see what's not working. Maybe I need to change my way. So it was very interesting to hear from you. And now, let's talk about this hard road of entrepreneurship, exciting, and then some of the challenges. And what were some of the biggest challenges you encountered, and how did you overcome these challenges? And I would throw another question, because we have 20 minutes left, and I know we can talk for another 5 hours. And when you overcome these challenges, right? Because when women meet and excited, especially what they are good at and what they are passionate about, what were some of the main challenges? How did you overcome them? And what I want to say, what you said is so important. You said, ask. Because if you don't ask, you will never get. Okay, so let's start. Whoever wants to start. If you want to talk about some of the biggest challenges you felt as an entrepreneur, you did not expect, how did you overcome them? And what role the community and help played?
Okay, I'll go then. So I think, first of all, especially when you are introducing a new product, to people are so used to whatever they were used to. So they don't necessarily want to they don't want change. So I think what it is, you've got to educate them, whatever it is you're doing. So for me about the drink, I tell them, oh, you can mix it in a cocktail. You can even put in ice cream. You can even bake with it. You can do that. I'm like, okay. So then some of them were a bit hesitant, but I'm like, just give it a try. And, they saw it. In fact, whenever they saw it, they couldn't believe when I told them that it was actually like a local brand. So the fact that the way the presentation and everything, the packaging, it was attractive to them. So they also got their minds, they were curious. And so they tried it. So it actually getting them to try it. And once they try, they're like, ooh, they don't expect to get that kind of result. But it's just about how, I think this one in this case was about marketing and how to explain to people, what it is that you're trying to offer them, why they should try it. And I mean, the biggest challenge in the market was just convincing people, and of course, trying to get people to part ways with their money, So I think it's about building trust. And once you build a trust, and the fact that you're also consistent, that makes them realize that, it's, and after all, you actually, and then when you start getting recognition, when you start getting awards and all that, it actually gives you, more gravitas, and it makes you stand. It's like the product, the brand is there to stand. So it's just about changing people's perception, and you've got to you just have to be confident in what it is that you're offering them.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something important, because people do not like change. That's just how. And they have fear, of change. And if you look, what is entrepreneurship? It's people say, brave. I always define brave as, no, you are so scared, but your curiosity is so much bigger than any of your fears, and you do it, right? So
yeah.
My question to you will be, before we move to our next panelist, will be, how did you offer free samples? How did you acquire? Because the hardest thing is to acquire the first 10, 20, 30 customers, and then it flows. So what did you do to do that?
Oh my goodness. I've actually lost track of how many samples I have given. So now what I do is, I used to have bigger bottles and I'll give it to them. But now I always have small samples, because I think it's important to let them try it. And then I make sure to give them just a little amount, a little teaser, and it keeps them coming back for more. But you have to be prepared to meet them halfway. A lot of freebies, you've got to do that, because that's just how it's just part of it's just how it works.
Hello?
You've got to be prepared to actually set a budget and give out freebies, free stuff that you don't think about. You'll be there doing the numbers thinking, oops, did I give too much? But it's part of it. You need to, I've given so many freebies, even if somebody's like parties and stuff, I'd happily speak to the person. I'm like, oh, can I have a stand? And I'll be giving little, so whatever opportunity that I found myself, I'll set up. I always have I always have a flyer or something that I'm always looking to tell people about, what's this, what you can do with that. So it's just about actually being in people's faces. You've got to be there.
Correct, that's correct. And Tamuna, I think we lost Temi Tope, but
we have her back.
We have got her back, right? Good. Because Elsie is our trade expert, right? So and that would be nice to hear from her as well at some point.
Absolutely.
So I leave it up in your capable hands. And Temi Tope, we don't see you on screen. Why?
But you said it's so right. While we have Temi Tope, you said be in their faces and freebies. Everyone likes freebies, no matter. When we're passing through the mall and someone is giving me for free, I will test it, even if I don't want. And if the person giving it is really nice,
and we've got a challenge. Sorry, we've got a question, because I really want to also address the questions.
Absolutely.
What has been their sample size? Sorry. Hello.
I can hear you.
You are breaking up and you're not on video, Temi Tope. But before you continue,
I'm trying to change my network. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Before you continue, I would like to ask the question coming from our audience. What has been your challenge dealing with workers, with employees?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, yes. Right, here we go. The saga continues.
Yes.
And Elsie's just laughing. She's like, okay, thanks God I'm not in that boat.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You see, I find that it's actually hard to find, especially that you find people who share your vision and they're prepared to go the extra mile. Nobody's going to talk about or sell your product or believes in your product as much as you do. So first of all, that's one thing I've also realized. So I've been lucky in the sense that I have one amazing person that has been with me from day one, because it's not about the money. And I was happy that they want to grow with me. But a lot of the people, once they realize that it's ups and downs, there might be months where you're not making enough, so you can't even pay people. And, for them, listen, it's like, if they're not getting paid, they're not coming. But I also have people who actually are prepared to sacrifice. It's because of, I think it's their passion and how they actually also feel about the brand. So they want to actually see it do well. Other than that, it's very hard to get people who are fully committed, because at the end of the day, for them, it's just about the money. But you is much more, for you, it's a whole, this is your life kind of thing. So
That's your
definitely, and
baby.
for me, I think it's important when you meet people who are so loyal, you've got to treat them like an egg. You've got to hold them so dear so that they don't go. No, so yeah.
You said it so well. And it only takes if you look some of the greatest companies, and many companies that I work for, they started from the garage of the whole kitchen, and they became multi-million billion-dollar companies because of that few people. You need all this just few people who believe and believe in. It's very important to believe in the product yourself. Because you are a founder, right? It's yours, so you have passion in. But to find these people who really can start something amazing, and this is a key. Okay, now we have a Temitope, so we're all experiencing some technical issues as we see, but we're making it work, and that's all that matters. Now to you, some of the challenges, and how did you overcome them?
Okay. Some of these challenges, I think one was actually getting the right people for the job. It was really challenging because it was a startup that time, and people were not ready to really get the quality of people I was looking at. Then they were not ready to actually work with a company that have not really made impact for long. So it was really difficult. I did a lot of interviews, and there were a lot of rejections. And it was looking like I was only getting people that were not really capable. But however, with consistency and engaging different people, especially collaborating with our partners, our distributors, I call them partners. So we're able to bring in more people in. So another challenge was the raw material aspect of it. It was really difficult getting the value chain was one of the main issue I had, and the supply chain, rather, the raw materials, the logistics was really difficult. Getting products to customers, getting products to our distributors. The business model we use is B2B, then from B2B to B2C. For our distributors, they deliver or they dispatch on our behalf. So it was difficult. We lost some goods on transit, and there was a time that we delivered some products and we were like, okay, payment on delivery. At the end of the day, the distributor refused to pay because of the fact that she didn't get the goods in good condition. So it was really a setback for us that time. And another issue I had also then was regulatory issue. We had a lot of products because we started with like 10, when after coconut oil, we did carrot oil, we did avocado. So we kept bringing products. So, the regulatory aspects, the regulatory body, they had to slow us down. They told, okay, madam, you need to take it easy. It takes time, to even register a product in Nigeria can take you like 3 months. So we had to build relationships, and, we started, collaborating and letting them know that we are in this market for a long time. We are not here to just come in and go after sometimes. So we are their partners. Yeah, I call them stakeholders anyways. So from that, we're able to mitigate that. But for the value chain, the supply chain, it was really bad. Sometimes you get a particular natural products, natural ingredients are seasonal. So at times in a particular season, we didn't have enough money to stock up in large volume. So when you buy a particular raw material like shea butter, you buy shea butter in another 3 months, the price may be times 3 because of the fact that it may be out of season. So that was really a very big challenge for me that time, because changing price, I couldn't go back to the customers and tell them that, okay, what you bought last week is now another price. So it was really so aside that, every other thing was really going well. Aside that, we were able to actually mitigate all of these challenges because of the fact I kept engaging my team. I like teamwork. I believe that when we work together, we achieve more. So, and I like working with capable hands. I like people that will even teach me what to do at times. I like learning from my team. So most time we spend a lot of time in meetings, talking about our customers, observing them, their behavior, looking at our products. We use BCG. That is what they don't even know about, posting, consulting group. BCG, that's what we use to analyze our products. So we look at all these products one by one, the ones that are cash cow, the one that are star products, the one that are dog products, the one that are question marks. So at times we spend the whole day having meetings, talking about the performance of our products, because the customer aspect, one of our core values is customer centric value. So we believe that once we get it right with our customers, we will stay longer in the market, and we have really gotten it right in all aspects, because the truth is they have expectation. And when they experience our product, is that they come back with positive or negative review. So as a company, we have a customer service or customer satisfaction department that's on shift. They work from morning till evening. Some of them they have to work even during the night, and they run shifts. So what they do is to ensure that we satisfy our customers. If there's any complaint, we do RCA, that's root cause analysis, that okay, where is this problem coming from? How can we solve it? I've told my team from the beginning, when you have negative feedback, don't get angry. Don't be very emotional about it and start getting upset about the feedback. Even if the customer is angry, please be receptive and be at the receiving end. Let's see what we can do. At times we give free product. When they come with complaint, we will talk. We have time that we will call them on their birthday. We talk and okay, we are sending you freebies. So these freebies, they are samples, like 30 mil, and it was really like a promotion for us, like a means of building loyalty and returning customer. And it has actually helped us over the past 7 years. We have customers that have been with us for 7 years. We have customers that really, they are very obsessed about our products, because we are in this business to satisfy them. I always tell my team, if we dedicate a whole day talking about
You're breaking up a little bit.
yeah, free use, and then one of buying and what. Oh, so sorry about that. So their pattern of buying, why are they not buying this product again? This product have been a star product for 6 months, but why is this product now a question mark? What did we do? Something. So we troubleshoot from our own end. We look at it from production, from quality control, from supply chain, procurement. We look at it's an holistic thing. We look at it from the 360 degree and see how we can solve the problem. Then at times we do qualitative and quantitative research. We do online survey. We send them forms to fill. That's okay. How do you feel about these products? We send people to the field to interview our customers and to ask them about what they feel about Avila brand. And that has actually helped us. It has helped us, because as the team lead, I always tell them, let's get all the idea. I even told them that I want to even hear more of the negative feedback, because that is where the positive, fine. We celebrate our success, but we have to manage our success as well. Do you understand? Yeah. So what are the negatives? So we take time to review all these things, and it has really helped us.
Great.
Wonderful.
Great. I need to cap here because we've got only 4 minutes left, and I need to jump on a call immediately. I'm in a Toastmasters and I need to give a speech. So with that said, I think Tamuna, maybe last remarks, specifically from Elsie, who was, of course, who's our trade expert, who's not an entrepreneur. Yes. Maybe last remarks for our women entrepreneurs, and then one last comment, one sentence from each to recap. And Tamuna, maybe you are completely doing this kind of, wrapping up thing. So Elsie, you were listening to all the two, wonderful entrepreneurs. So what's your last remark of this webinar series?
I would say from what I hear, their perspective is very good to hear from a business point of view. And I think when you if you want to expand and go global, once you talk all about your customers, your product, think about your supply chain. And if you have issues, think how you can support your buyers and how you can reduce the cost. Because there's many ways that now working customers, and I can see costs that people are paying where they shouldn't. There's other ways where you can either reduce it by changing your products as a custom engineering, or not have to pay it, because technically, and so having that and looking forward beforehand after reaching out to your clients, so you can reduce the cost for them and for you, so your products are better placed on the market. So I think that perspective, when you start going really global, think of how you can best with your supply chain and customs way to get your products to the markets you want.
Wonderful. And I mean, it's so important always to look from the both sides. From here is the corporate side, here's the entrepreneurship side. So it's very helpful insight. And you said something, Temitope, you said something so important. You know, first of all, yes, in today's world, everything is customer centric and based on customers. Yes, and customization is a key, because if I'm a customer, I can go to anyone else. But the other important thing you said, it's very important. Don't get angry, meaning do not take it personally. You know, it's very important. You know,
Don't take it
when
personally.
don't take it personally, but take it as a way to learn what can you do to improve. Because I remember one thing my grandmother taught me, and I remember I was a child, and it served me well my entire life, you know, and I always use this. She said, mornings, if we translate, mornings are wiser than nights, meaning whatever you want to do at night, sleep on it. And if you feel the same way, because in the morning with clear head, you will feel different. So that is very, very important. Okay, now I think we have 1 minute. So in just 5 words or less, words of wisdom from each of you, what do you want to tell those who are either just starting on the entrepreneurship journey or will become entrepreneurs? Words of wisdom from you. 5 words or less.
Okay, I think it's important to stay focused and just be consistent and believe in your dream, you know, and make your things happen.
Wonderful. You, Temitope?
Yeah, don't give up. Be passionate and be realistic about your goals.
Very nice. You, Elsie?
I would say just stay curious, because you can always pivot. Don't stay too focused on the idea you had. If you see an opportunity, just go for it.
Fantastic. And Julia?
Just be open-minded and growth mindset. What else? This is what we do in OWIT, right? And supporting each other, collaboration.
Yes, and I would always say, and you said something that for me, curiosity drives the mankind forward. Is there's all those curious minds, when they told them it was not possible, they defied all the odds, right? And they did it. Flexibility, adaptability, and curiosity. Wonderful ladies, we can be talking for another 2-3 hours. It was a wonderful panel. Hope everyone enjoyed, and until our next panel. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
this will
very
be
much.
on YouTube. We've got a YouTube
Thank
channel that I
you.
will. Good.
Wonderful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye, everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.